Hey guys, this is Crow and welcome to Promo Look At. These are basically videos that I do for tabletop gaming, and without further ado, today's promo we're going to be looking at is for Downforce, a game by Restoration Game and Wolfgang Kramer. The game of high stakes and speed, and the promo we're going to be looking at is just a power card. It's just about power, strength, going Super Saiyan, I don't know. Anyways, it's just a regular power card. It has the symbols right over here, white, and it's just like the other power cards, so there's really no other difference. Now, if you guys like to sleeve your cards, you can do so in a standard, regular Magic the Gathering Pokemon standard sleeve. So, without further ado, the promo we're going to be looking at is Lucky, which has a dice right here. The background has the Dice Tower logo, as you guys can see, and it says right here, the Dice Tower 2018. And pretty much all it says is, on your turn, if you would move your card with a wild, you may re-roll a 6-sided die instead. If you do move your card that many spaces. So, what does that mean? So, I'm going to say I'm the red player, which I'm going to be Mario right over here. And if I were to use this card, it will not work with Lucky, so I cannot activate it. So Mario will move that many spaces. So, it won't work with this card, even though I have a wild right here. Red already gets to move, so it'll be 6 and then 4 and then whoever I want, because you can't use the wild on yourself because red was in the card. So that's no good. This is no good. This is no good. No good. And then bam, it could work right here. Now, remember that what the highest number you can move a card is 6. So right here, you have a wild of 5, and you can move 5 or choose to re-roll the die, a 6-sided die, to see how much you're going to roll. And in this case, I will move 2 instead of 5. So it's pretty much a gamble card for this section. So I wouldn't recommend it for 5, but I would recommend it for this 3 or 2. So if you were in a tight corner, let's just say like around going into here, and you know that all you need is a 2 to move, but you know that the other character needs 3, you can just say, you know what? Oh, let's switch it. You know what? I'll take my chances and I'll roll the dice for the 3. And I got 3, so it doesn't matter. And then this character, you move for 2, and now they're behind me. So it's pretty much a good strategic card, power card, for your move, depending on where you are. So you can be like, all right, let's just say I was here, and if I get lucky, which I did, 1 2 3 4 5, and now I'm in the front instead of moving like maybe the 3 or the 2 that you chose for yourself. So it's pretty much a gamble card. You're taking a chance to roll the dice to see if you can move further or less, because again, you can't just move with very slowly, or you can just take the chance and say, you know what, I'll accept that 5 over rolling a die. So some people might not like the randomness of it. It is a gamble card about it, but that really is up to you whether you want to or not. Now, how is this card available, and can I still get my hands in it, and etc, etc, etc. Now, this card was available, as you guys can see, it says the Dice Tower 2018 down there, from their Kickstarter. Their Kickstarter was the way I got this card within the pack zones. I think it was Pack C for the 2018. I can't recall, but if you got all of the 2018 promos, then you have this card, and that's what happened to me, because I just got this game not too long ago. So hooray me for having this promo. Now, the one thing that I would say, should I recommend this card for you guys, is whether or not you own Downforce with the expansion. Because if you just own Downforce, this is all the power cards you get. So you guys won't see like a variety of cards for this game. You'll just see the same 6 cards. If you're playing the 6-player game, it's always the 6 same cards. Who has which one now? Oh, this time I have bold. Next time I play, maybe I have experience or aggressive. So it's always going to be like this same game, just people have the different power-ups. And this card added to this basically gives a 7th element to the game. So now you have a seven varieties of playing the game, which might appear or might not. There's a chance, again, because again, you distribute these by selling them, and when they appear in the trade-off saying, oh, it's going to be the green card and the power is going to be lucky, and that's how it's going to be. So it's always going to be like that random power that's coming up next, and you might want to bid on it or not. And that's how this card is going to be coming out. Now, the only little negative thing is you're going to have to get your own six-sided die for this. Now, if you have a dice, that's not going to be a problem. I basically purchased this Dice Tower die for the game because the game does not come with a die, and I purchased it just for this promo. So this die will always be with my Downforce game. So my recommendation, if you just have just the base game, I would recommend getting this promo because it adds 1% more of variety to the game, which would be good instead of just seeing the same cards over and over and over, and you're just kind of getting bored of the game. Now, if you do have Danger Circuit, the expansion, which is this guy right here in the yellow, then all of a sudden you get another variety to the game because now you get 6 extra cards. So now you increase your deck to 12 cards, which actually makes it very, very good because now all of a sudden you have a higher chance to seeing different gains and different power-ups throughout your games instead of seeing the same 6 or 7 with Lucky. And in this case, I still highly recommend getting it because, again, you don't really have 20 power-up cards. I would rather have 20 power-up cards than just 12 or less than 20, because then all of a sudden you kind of, depending on how many times you play this game, you're kind of going to always see the same card. So seeing the deck actually go to 20 for powers, I will actually prefer better. So my recommendation, if you guys like Downforce and like playing this game and you want to get the Lucky card, I do highly recommend it for your game. And it's going to be one of those cards that for those who like to roll dice or like to take a gamble and try to see if they can move better than their wild, it could work. Might not work for your benefit, it might work against you. It might work against you, it might work to your advantage. It all really depends on how that that roll is going to go. So it is a gamble card, and that's going to be the only little issue. So for those guys who don't like lucky random chances for dice, then you might not like it. You might just want to stay with the base game where you always move your card even on your other people's turns. So let's just say you want to keep that because this card is unique and it adds a new element to the game where you have to roll the dice. And no other card in here has that type of element. So that's what I like about the card. It adds new flavor. So even if you have the expansion with the base game and you got the other promo, that will give you like 14 power-up cards counting Lucky. So I would recommend it. I will still recommend it even in that aspect because, again, it adds more flavor to the game and you're just not going to see the same power-ups and the same play over and over and over and over. Well, even though plays always vary because of the cards and how people play, but in this case, I still recommend it just for the simple fact that it's different. It's very, very different than everybody else. So that makes it pretty interesting in my book. Now, let everybody know in the comments below, if you guys actually have Downforce the game, should you recommend Lucky for your Downforce game or not? Don't waste your money. It's not even worth it because the problem is that this promo is not available by the old maze, which is the Dice Tower, and it's not in Cool Stuff Inc. or the BGG store or the BGG marketplace. It's not available. I couldn't find it at all, not even eBay. So it's pretty much going to be a rare promo. Now, if you guys want to get it, you're going to have to go on the hunt for it. Maybe somebody in BGG is trading it, so you might be able to trade it for that person. But other than that, it's going to be one of those rare promos that it's going to be hard to come by. But I do recommend it if you can purchase it for less than 20 bucks. If you're paying more than 20 bucks plus shipping, that's just way too much for a card, and I wouldn't recommend it because you could have just gotten the expansion over this promo or the other expansion for this game instead of just getting a promo card. Because again, one promo compared to six power-up cards is better than one power-up card. So in that aspect, I would just say, hey, if you guys can find it and it's less than 20 bucks, I kind of recommend it, but not for a higher price, because then again, like I said, you're better off getting an expansion with more cards, unless you have everything and you just need that promo. Then I still recommend getting it. Just don't pay like an arm and a leg for it. But with that being said, let everybody, like I said, let everybody know in the comments below. But give this video a like, if you so that way I can continue making more videos just like this. So it gives me a little inspiration to do it. But with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.